This video will cover the parts checkout procedure in Fleetsoft's Truck Tracker maintenance program. This video will cover parts checkout to a vehicle from parts inventory, to a work order from parts inventory, to a vehicle using non-inventory parts, and to a work order using non-inventory parts. To check out an inventory part directly to a vehicle, we will start by selecting the parts icon. Opening up our parts list, we will then select the part we wish to check out to that vehicle, and then we will click on the checkout button. We will then add that part to a vehicle. Using the drop-down box, we will select a vehicle. We'll highlight the vehicle and check select. This opens up the adding a part checkout box showing that the vehicle and the part number, description, as well as the quantity and any markup can be changed and adjusted for this part. Click OK. This shows our checkout box showing that the part has now been checked out to that vehicle. And you'll notice that there is no work order associated with this vehicle because we have just checked out the part directly. When finished, check close. We can verify that part was checked out to that vehicle by clicking on the vehicle icon, highlighting the vehicle we checked the part out to, in this case was vehicle 8, and clicking on the service parts tab. We will now click on the part usage tab, and this will show the part usage that we had just checked out. Also within this screen we have a from, a to, date area. This can be isolated to a certain point in time or a cradle to grave. When finished, check close. We will now show you how to check out a part to a work order from parts inventory. We will start by clicking on the work order icon at the top. This opens up our work order list. Highlight the work order and click change. This opens up the changing a work order screen. On the parts side, click add. We will now select the part that we wish to enter from our drop-down list. Highlight it, click on select. This has now put it to that work order. From here you will also make adjustments to quantity and markup if needed. Click OK. The part has now been added to that work order. Click OK when done. You will now click close to go back to the main screen. We can again verify the part has been checked out to that vehicle by selecting the vehicle icon, highlighting the vehicle, and checking the service parts tab, and again clicking the part usage tab. This shows that the part was checked out to that vehicle. Click close to return to the main screen. We will now check out a part to a vehicle using non-inventory parts. There are a few minor differences in the checkout procedure, but once again we'll start by selecting the parts icon, and we will scroll through our parts list and locate the part we want to install. As you'll notice, there are none on hand and none on order, so this part is not in inventory. We will select the checkout button, and then we will click on the add button. This will open up our adding a part checkout. We will select a vehicle code from our list, highlight the vehicle, check select, and our adding a part checkout box opens up. You'll notice that we have a non-inventory credit and requisition item box. We will check the non-inventory item. We will now need to select a vendor from our vendor list. Select a vendor and check select. We will now need to enter the unit cost of that item purchased. Enter that in the unit cost box, as well as making sure of the quantity of those purchased. Along with that, if there's any markup, we will enter that at this time. When satisfied, click OK. From the checkout screen, you'll see the part has been checked out to vehicle number 4. When complete, click Close. Verifying the non-inventory part is the same as an inventoried part. We will check the vehicle icon. We will select the vehicle number 4, which we assigned the part to. We'll click on the Service Parts tab and then click the Usage tab. And you can see that the part that was checked out of a non-inventory item has now been established to that vehicle. When finished, click Close. We will now show you how to check out a part to a work order with non-inventory parts. Once again, we'll start by clicking the work order icon at the top of the screen and selecting a work order from our list, and then click Change. From the Changing a Work Order screen, we will click Add. From the Adding Part Checkout screen, we will select a part from our drop-down list. We will highlight the part and you'll notice there are none on hand. Click Select. This enters it into the checkout box, and again we will need to click on the non-inventory item as well as select the vendor from which we purchased the part. Click Select. We will now put in the unit cost of that item as well as selecting the quantity and any markup if needed. When finished, we will click OK. We have now put a non-inventory part charged out to a vehicle. Click OK. This brings us back to the work order screen and we can click Close. Again, we'll be able to verify the non-inventory part checkout to the vehicle by clicking on the vehicle icon and selecting the vehicle we charged the part to. We will then click the Service Parts icon and then again the Part Usage tab, and as you can see, the part we just purchased as a non-inventory part will now show up in the history of that vehicle. When finished, click Close. To download a free trial version, visit www.fleetsoft.com.